feel kind of a heaviness in my stomach, kind of a deep burden, heavy sadness. Just kind of vaguely think of how many times I felt that as a kid. I felt that over and over again. It's like somehow Rocky ends up being alone. No matter what he does, no matter how hard he tries, even if he's doing right, he has to do it by himself. He ends up being alone.
There you go. Stay with that, Rocky. Somehow Rocky always ends up being alone.
I feel like that with the Lord sometimes. It's like Lord, I don't know how to stay in touch.
Lord Jesus, what do you want Rocky to know? Just that deep sadness, the loneliness. Even if I'm doing the right thing, no matter how hard I work, even if I'm doing the right thing, I gotta do it by myself. I'm on my own. I don't even feel that you're with me, Lord. Lean into that, Rocky.
When I was with my dad, I used to feel invisible. I felt like he couldn't see me. There's a memory, we're in the basement and I have the hat on. Its hat's too big for me, gun's so heavy I can hardly lift it. And it's like he's standing next to me and he's like in a trance, he's somewhere else. And I'm thinking. And after a while I remember turning away, I wasn't even looking at him anymore. I couldn't take it. You know, I think, Karl, that the Lord showed me my father was in a trance. I mean, he was really gone. And as I'm like looking up, as I would have been as a little boy, it's like I see Jesus walking from behind him and kneeling down, and just kind of holding out his arms, kind of holding out his hands, and with a very knowing look on his face. It's like he really knows how sad, how alone, how hurt, how invisible I felt. It's like he understands. It's okay to feel those things. It's as if he's showing me your dad really was in a trance because of him, not because of you. I mean, that feels true. But even as a boy, though, I'm still kind of, I guess I'm looking at Jesus, but I'm partly turned away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember I looked into this cabinet that was next to where my dad and I were standing, and I just stared intently into the cabinet and was just focusing on things in the cabinet. You know, I just wanted to get away from all that and be over here instead.
Lord, what do you want Rocky to know? This little boy, just as he's learning to sort of go away inside.
I feel like he wants me to turn and receive from him, but I'm still afraid.
Yeah.
Still part of me that's really afraid.
Yeah.
It's like, please, Jesus, don't disappoint me. Don't mess with me, Jesus. It's like, if you're not going to really stay and help me, then just leave me alone. I can do this myself. Well, that's interesting. It's like Jesus, rather than waiting for me to turn, he like has slipped in, and he's sitting between me and the cupboard. And he's kind of like this, down on the ground, like resting on one
knee.
Yeah, and he's like this, and he's just looking and he's smiling. And he's really, it's a very inviting smile, very calm. It's very much a sense of being known and understood, and you know, that it's really okay. It's okay to feel all these things, and that he understands.
Even the fear of disappointment.
And why I didn't turn to him. I was too afraid. So he said, look, I'll sit where you can see me. You know, I'll come to you. So there was a series of other things that came through. Times, memories, particular times in my childhood when I was when I really suffered from not having a dad.
Mm.
And you know, I feel the Lord's presence there, and I feel like there's a very open, like an openness between Jesus and I.
Mm.
I really do feel that lowering of the barrier, the self-protection. Feel it's okay.
And since that time, I have had much less fear and anxiety, self-soothing behavior. I don't know if people can necessarily tell, but I've lost about between 50 and 60 pounds through just no longer eating to manage my
comfort eating, self-medication,
my emotional need, and just feeling a freedom to care for myself with exercise and doing recreational things, the way I handle myself relationally, expectations I put on myself at work. So I think that was a compelling time when I was able to experience that it really is okay. Jesus is really with us, and we can just kind of settle in and live and take care of ourselves. And so it's been a wonderful boost forward in terms of abundant life, you know, freedom to live and to be. I also describe to people the shift has been when things would go wrong in my life. My first knee-jerk heart response was, "Why are you allowing this? Why aren't you helping me, Lord? Where are you? Y'all golfing, you know?" And now when things go wrong, my initial response is, "This really stinks. I really don't like this, but I know that you're with me."
Wow. So
and it's experiential.
Yes. So where that session started, feeling sad and lonely.
That's right.
I'm on my own. All I said is that Rocky's alone. That feels different.
Absolutely.
That is so cool.
And it feels different in the oven, in the furnace, which is that's the true test.